Hello, it's me, Julia. When I start talking on this thing, I notice that I sort of like hold my breath really close in my throat and I can't speak normally. It's a weird thing to talk into a camera. So this is something new, trying something new. Apparently this is how we keep our brains young, right? So giving it a shot. I did a podcast 5-6 years ago with a good friend of mine, and it took a while to get used to that, but I think it was less of a thing because A, she and I were doing it together, and B, there was no camera. It was just us talking into microphones and talking to each other, which was nice. So this is odd, but hey, millions of people do it every day, so I'm gonna give it a go. What's been going on? We got home, Harper and I got home a week ago from Maui. We had an incredibly relaxing, literally do nothing trip. Didn't overeat, didn't overdrink, which was also really nice. Not that I drink a ton when I'm there, but I was on vacation, so I thought, I could drink more, but I didn't, which was good. And as you saw in my other videos, we got our visas, all 3 of our visas, hurrah! And then we got confirmation that we will be living in the house that we wanted to live in. So that paperwork has to go through. Probably this week or next week we'll get that application in, even though they know we want it, they want us in the place. It's just getting all the paperwork done. And then as soon as that lease gets signed, I can then put an application in for Harper to go to school. Though the other thing they need is a stamped, basically like a stamped plane ticket or a stamped passport showing when we came into the country, that we are actually in the country. So that won't happen until August 27th. I bought tickets for Harper and I to go on August 26th and arrive on the 27th. And then Kurt will come about a week later with the cats after we've had a chance to set up the house. That was the big thing this past week, was buying those tickets. It was such a weird feeling to be like, okay, like every step has been like, okay, this is getting real. We got our visas, this is getting real. But I think actually getting the plane tickets, reserving a rental car, and I got an Airbnb near to the house where we're going to be living for Harper and I to stay in for the first 3-4 days, so that we can get ready to move into the house and have enough time to go to the pet store and get cat boxes and that kind of thing, as well as, I was going to say groceries, but I don't think that's the top priority to put into a house that's empty. Like maybe, I don't know, furniture. So she and I can go to IKEA. We're going to do a lot of IKEA stuff, and then maybe even some charity shops and find things like dishes and cups and mugs and things like that. See what we can do. So yeah, having all that organized is fantastic. And then, so the next step is getting Kurt and the cats plane tickets. So I'm going to be working on that this week. Not this week, next week. Today is Friday. Excuse me. I can cut that out probably. So yeah, what else is happening? Buying the plane tickets, getting that ready, packing up boxes, been doing a bit more of that. Tomorrow I'm going to meet with a leasing agent for our house here, because we're going to rent our house here. And then on Monday we're having photos taken by her photographer, so we can get that advertised next week. And hopefully, fingers crossed again, we get a really good tenant. We are in a very desirable part of Los Angeles, so that's good news. That'll help get tenants in right away, because the last thing I want is to have, a month of an empty house. So we'll see what happens there. What else? I'm doing that like quiet voice again. I'm doing very quiet voice. Part of it too is being self-conscious of there being other people in the house. Kurt's here doing stuff, and we have a handyman here also doing stuff on the house, like fixing the front door and replacing some baseboards in the bathroom that got water damage, and just things like that, tiles that popped out of the bathroom that need replacing. So yeah, so it's not just me alone in the house, which I normally prefer. And also I got up and I put on makeup and I did my hair today so I would look nice for you. The makeup though is gonna probably get all cried off in about 2 hours because I'm gonna pick up Harper from summer school and then we're gonna go to her pediatrician. And it'll be the last time we see her pediatrician. So it's the same doctor we've had since she was born, and he's so lovely, and we would have all these great conversations about Star Wars. At some point in the last 11 and a half years, we discovered that we were Star Wars fans, and so every time we'd meet, which luckily, knocking on wood, since Harper rarely got sick or has had any issues, we basically only saw him once, maybe twice a year for the last 11 years. So, and it was usually around December. So we would have a conversation about what new Star Wars movie was coming out. So the last time we had a conversation was about Andor. So we talked about that. So anyway, he's such a dear and the whole place is great. So I'm sure I'll be bawling my eyes out saying goodbye. He's very kind. So that's today. I'm getting some physical therapy for my hip that got tweaked a couple months ago, just from sitting on it funny, having a visit. Which sounds really bizarre, but there's something about getting old where you sit funny chatting with someone for an hour and then your hip is bothered for the next 3 months. Joy. Yeah. What else do we have to talk about? I think that's kind of a good catch up. I feel like there's so much going on, but it's literally just packing boxes, which I've been doing slowly, more slowly than I thought I was going to, but that's okay. We have time. Getting the house prepped for renting. Yeah, that's it. Just, I think I'm just like, I feel like I've had too much caffeine every day, all day long, because I'm so like, nah, I'm so buzzed in anticipation. So I have to remember to breathe and take my time. Oh, I forgot I had this microphone. See, this is all warm up. Remember, I got this microphone, I tested it, so I'll have to try it again. But not today, since I forgot. Okay, thanks for coming on this journey. There's going to be much more to talk about. I have to talk about college and university. Probably I have to tell you all about how I got here to begin with. So maybe I'll do that later today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, I have to go cry my eyes out at the pediatrician's office. Okay, bye.